Let's get started with, I think you say it's usually our easiest question, but some authors tell me it's the hardest one, which is how did you get started in your writing career?
Well, I think it's quite a nice question, actually. So I used to write books even in my bedroom when I was about 12. And I always wanted to be an author or an actress. And the actress thing really was never going to pan out because I'm too shy. I used to write books and I used to write horror stories, and then I had a massive pause. I even worked in publishing for a while. I didn't write anything when I worked in publishing, ironically. And then it was probably about 12 years ago. I thought, you know what, if I don't start writing, if I don't try and get published, it's never going to happen. So I found a local writers group, and I found a group of other writers, and one who's actually published now too, and she's become a very good friend. And we started swapping chapters, and then we found out about something called the Romantic Novelists Society Association, which is in the UK. And what they do is they have something called the New Writers Scheme. So I signed up for the New Writers Scheme, and that means you can send a book in by a certain deadline, and then it would be read by an author and they'd give you feedback. So that just meant that I would stop talking about it and I'd actually do it. So I did that. And the first book that I sent, they were like, "Oh my God, it's great!" And they sent it. I was at that point trying to write for Mills and Boon. They sent it straight to Mills and Boon, and I thought, well, that was easy. And then about 5 months later, they were like, "Well, we really like your writing, but your book's not right." So I think it was maybe 4 more years of writing books and submitting. And then I decided that I actually just wanted to write romantic comedy. So at an RNA conference, they have these conferences every couple of years. I got a one-to-one pitch with it was actually a publisher. And I pitched the book I was writing, and they wanted to see more. And I was given a publishing deal with Bookature, who I'm with now. And my first book came out in 2018, and I have been with them ever since because they're great.
What
So
has
that was
surprised
my path.
Those your past? What
Yeah.
has surprised you the most about that path?
I think I think the thing that surprises me most about writing, because I think I assumed that the more you wrote, so I've just written my 16th book, that it would get easier, that it would really get easier, because you obviously learn tons and you learn loads from your publisher and all the editors, but it doesn't. Every book is so different.